Hey guys, this is Attorney Walter Knott. Happy Thanksgiving 2021. I just wanted to catch up with you real quick and talk about essentially vacation days. Now, I work every single day. I've worked every single day for as long as I can remember through law school, my master's, undergraduate, all that jazz. I want to go through this real quick. And actually, I did the math recently. It turns out I've done more hours of work than the person who traditionally do a 40-hour work week all the way through 67 years of age. So yay. But let's get right to the bottom line here. Here's the question. Which president takes more vacation days? And this specific one goes through not just Barack Obama or, I'm not going to say his name because it gets demonetized, or this person. Okay. But I'm sorry, my writing should have been better there. But the bottom line is, let's go through, and it actually has more than that. The past 6 presidents, who has taken more vacation days? But remember this is incredibly important. When you look at this, remember, even when these people go on vacation, they're still working. So realize, they might be on the golf course and they're still working because they're playing golf with business partners or whatever. Or they might be at Camp David and they're still working because Camp David is just a workplace. They relax and they also work. Let's get right into it. Linda Soto, howdy. Okay, let's go into it. This is from Kelsey Gores, published April 23rd. This is all the way back in 2018. We're going to give some more up-to-date information. But what I liked is that this gave us kind of like, more presidents going back in time. This is from cheatsheet.com. Let's go into it. And the title is, which president takes more vacation days, Barack Obama or Donald Trump? All right. Oh, but we've got to start with Biden. Let me get something. Okay. So thehill.com came up with, Biden is ahead of pace, Trump set for days away from the White House, which is kind of how they're, doing an analysis on vacation days. I'll read you some of that so you understand where Biden's at. President Biden is currently on track to outpace former President Trump for the number of days he spent away from the White House, according to an analysis conducted by CNN. The report found that Biden has taken 35 personal trips and has spent all or part of 108 of his first 276 days in office at either one of his Delaware homes or at Camp David. Of those trips away from the White House, 69 days were spent at his home in Wilmington, Delaware, 7 days at his beach house in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. And 32 days were spent at Camp David. So once again, these people are still going to be working at these places. So these are like workations, which is what I always do. All right, let's go into it real quick. So Biden is now out, pacing Trump. Let's go get the stats real quick on Donald Trump, and then we'll switch over to the Obama stats over here. So let's see, Donald Trump, amount of vacation days. Okay, so real quick, let's go over here. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, and there was a whole thing about Donald Trump. So it looks like Donald Trump took around, it looks like straight from Google, United States presidential vacations, Donald Trump took around 381 vacation days. And just to simplify it, and then I'll go into more of it because I know you guys want to get to it. You want to relax, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Looks like Barack Obama took about 328 vacation days. Looks like George W. Bush took 1,020 vacation days. That's high. But remember, they're all work vacations, so he probably was just hanging out in Kennebunkport, Maine. I've actually been many times to the area where his little like jetting out thing is in Kennebunkport. I've been going to Maine so long, I remember when it was for sale. Not that I could ever, it will never happen. But bottom line is, let's keep rolling through this real quick. Because when you think about that, 1,000 days, that's scary. That is just very ridiculous. All right, let's go to the next one real quick over here. It looks like, and this did not come up with the thing I needed. It looks like Bill Clinton took between 174 to 345, which I don't think is exactly what we were expecting there. I think a realistic average of a lot of these guys is somewhere around 300 plus. I don't know why they came up with so high with George W. Bush being at basically 1,000. It looks like it was often criticized by Democrats for taking long vacations to his ranch in Crawford, Texas during the Iraq War. Franklin D. Roosevelt was criticized for spending time on his yacht. Theodore Roosevelt was criticized for leaving Washington for months at a time. James Garfield was shot while leaving Washington for his vacation. That's not pleasant. John Adams was criticized for spending time caring for his ailing wife. Well, yeah, that makes sense. All right, now let's go back to specifically over here, Obama, where Obama went when he vacationed. One of Obama's favorite places to go with his loved ones when he was president was Martha's Vineyard. He now goes there all the time. I see him, partying with famous people and music stars. Located in Massachusetts, He loved it so much, in fact, that he and Michelle have spent some time there post-presidency as well. Additionally, when he was president, Obama would visit Chicago, where he spent much of his young adult life, and Hawaii, where he was raised. Nice places. Trump's vacation days so far. But why didn't this go into how many days he spent? Well, we already know from the other article it's less than Trump, but not by much. Trump's vacation days so far, we're not going to go into that because we know that that's not an accurate number. We already gave you the accurate number. Oh, Obama's total vacation days. Here we go. The Post reported that at the same point in his presidency, Obama had taken 15 days of vacation compared to Trump's 53. Additionally, Obama had played nearly half the rounds of golf Trump had, 17. I don't play golf. I don't know why these guys love golf so much. I don't get the game. It's just putting a ball in the hole. In total, Obama took 328 vacation days in 8 years. This includes 39 visits to Camp David. Well, that's interesting. Obama was an 8-year president, and Trump was a 4-year president. So that's interesting, because if Trump took 381 and Barack Obama took 328, then realistically Trump took more than doubled of what Barack Obama took. Interesting. That means if Trump were to stay in office or have another 4 years, let's just do a quick calculator gig. Let's take 381 multiplied by 2. Then realistically, he would have had around 762 days of vacation, which is still kind of in between a Barack 328 days and George W. Bush 1,020 days. Interesting. Very interesting stuff. Next one. George W. Bush total vacation days. Let's go into that. All right. Over here, they're saying during his 8 years in office, George W. Bush took 1,020 vacation days. According to Cleveland, his favorite destination was his ranch in Texas, where he'd clear brush to relax, which I do sometimes too. In addition to Texas, he spent a good amount of time at his parents' house in Kennebunkport, Maine. I've seen it there many times. I actually saw him, George W. Bush, getting onto his private jet while I was eating breakfast at this little airport that's in Maine. I think it's called Sanford, Maine. And I actually saw them. They pulled up with a couple black SUVs. They zoomed right in, pulled up to this really nice private jet. It had like 3 engines. It was like a whole, it was like the biggest plane there. It was the biggest jet there. Well, actually, both statements are true. And he got out. He waved at us. And I was like, that's the president. And then he got on his jet, and then he left. And that was the whole thing. So next thing, Bill Clinton's total vacation days. Let's go through it real quick. During his 8 years as president, Bill Clinton took 345 vacation days. Just like Obama, Clinton also enjoyed spending time at Martha's Vineyard. According to Cleveland, he made 54 visits to Camp David, spending 171 days total, and also several visits to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Okay, so that's going to be your skiing and stuff like that. George H.W. Bush total vacation days. Howdy Harley Hillbilly. Howdy Ron Gray. Ron Gray. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that, but you probably, to some degree, there's truth in everything if you look close enough and then pull up flight plans. George H.W. Bush total vacation days. So this is the dad of George Bush. During George H.W. Bush's term, he took 543 vacation days. The Republican spent much of his time off at Camp David and at the Bush family compound at Kennebunkport, Maine, says Cleveland. I don't know why they call it compound. I mean, they do that with the Kennedys too. They have a Kennedy compound, but it's not a massive piece of land. It's just like a little jutting out thing, and they've got the main house, and then they've got a bunch of little houses and stuff like that. But either way, I just wanted to give you guys an analysis on these presidents are a lot of time away from the White House. And I think one of the problems with this article is that they have no way to actually calculate what a vacation day is for a president. They got no way. When the president goes away, whether or not he's working on presidential duties or he's having fun, there's no way to figure that out. Which brings me to my next point is you never know when an executive is truly on vacation or not. Like with a regular employee, they're sitting at a desk, they're doing their thing. Here's the stamp, here's the paper, here's the pen, I'm writing my thing, here we go, yada, yada. Like they're doing something to get it done. They're typing, they're writing, whatever. And you can see that they're logged into a system and that they're working it. But with these top level executives, their job is to look at the statistics of everything and then figure out where they want the statistics to go, and then to create, changes based on what they want those statistics to change to. So they're going to, create bills to modify things to get us to move in a particular direction. It's interesting. It's very different than how I live. Like I live, I'm constantly working, I'm constantly touching paperwork, I'm constantly doing, like employee stuff. Whereas these high-level executives, they live a true employer lifestyle that's detached from the actual job, because their thing is to focus on all the high-level stuff, which means that there's no way that we can actually figure out how many vacation days they actually take. We can only tell when they were away from the White House or away from the place that were supposed to be. Like if they were supposed to be overseas and they weren't at that particular spot, but they were at Camp David, then that would be considered the vacation day. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you a little bit later. I just want to do a quick video for you. I hope all is well, and we'll go from there. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.